And this place is packed again tonight. We love to see this. And we hope you're ready for some action, because that's exactly what we're going to have all night long. We got Jerry Gray in the ring. Here comes Mean Mike Miller, Triple M. Coming in here. Well, we got some news about him a little bit later. We'll pass along. You're not going to believe that when you hear it. Oh, my goodness. Boy, this place is absolutely alive. Oh, they're jumping and screaming right now, taking pictures. They got their banners. There's Sandy Barr getting in the ring. Here comes Don Owen. Don will make the announcement of our first match.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of special announcements. Next Saturday night, we'll have kids free, a kids night. All kids will be admitted free of charge if they come with an adult. Also, we've got confirmation that Billy Jack will be here on Saturday, 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, February the 2nd. And Nagasaki had signed a contract a long time ago, right before Christmas, that he would meet Billy Jack. So that will be a match on 2 weeks from tonight. So keep that in mind. The first event here this evening will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 244 pounds from Louisiana, Mean Mike Miller. His opponent in this corner, 230 pounds from Florida, Jerry Gray. Referee, Sandy Barr.
We'll have more news on that Billy Jack Kendo Nagasaki match coming up Saturday, February 2nd. That's, in fact, we have a tape sent to us by Billy, and I think you'll find the tape very interesting. We'll be playing that for you and showing that for you a little bit later on tonight. Mean Mike and Jerry Gray. Referee Sandy Barr. Going over the rules and regulations, which Mike Miller can hardly wait to break. I can't believe all the news here we've got to pass on to you tonight. Top wrist lock by Mike Miller on Jerry Gray. Crowd already shouting, chanting, getting behind Jerry. Well, this place is alive. Side headlock, go behind, hammerlock, reverse. And Mike Miller says, wait a minute, let's just break it. And Jerry Gray, a clean break. Well, I sure want to thank the guys that came out to Jubit's last weekend with KRDR and the benefit for United Cerebral Palsy. What a job they did. We raised a whole lot of money for UCP, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart. Mike Miller went for the hair, and down goes Jerry Gray. Now look how Miller's got that left arm of Jerry Gray's bent back. Oh, now he's going to bring the knee down. That do smart. Got a new picture here, a new poster of Billy Jack. That we'll show you a little later, too. There's a hard shot on the left shoulder. Working that elbow on the left shoulder, Jerry Gray. Wow, Gray coming back. There's a pop right on top of the head. Mike Miller twisting on the arm, a rake across the face. Mike Miller resorting to Miller's style of professional wrestling, which isn't very pretty. Driving the knees into the chest. It's a 1 count. Gray kicks out. Mike Miller does anything that he has to win. Sometimes he doesn't even care if he wins. If he just leaves somebody crippled, somebody in pain, carry him out on a stretcher, he doesn't care. He loves pain as long as the other person. I see he's going again for the hair. There's an elbow driven in by Jerry, another elbow by Gray, and another one. It's hard to see from this angle, but looked like that was a short pop right there on the forehead. There's a forearm smash across the back delivered by Miller Jerry Gray going for the pin. 1, and that's it. Mike Miller and Jerry Gray getting things started tonight. Tonight's main event, Tommy Prichard and the Cuban Assassin. I don't know if the Assassin has lost a match yet since his arrival in the Pacific Northwest. Well, there's a lot of guys that would love to nail him. A lot of fans would love to nail him, too. The things they've been saying about people of America and of the Northwest in particular. Now you can hear the crowd yelling. They're yelling for Jerry Gray. Jerry gets to his feet. Now drives another elbow and another one into the midsection of Mike Miller. That broke it. Here off the ropes. Miller goes down. Oh, no. That's hip toss by Jerry Gray. Arm drag by Jerry Gray. A kneeling arm bar by Jerry Gray. Now, the tables have turned. Driving those knees into the left arm of Mike Miller. There's another one. Oh, yeah. Got the wrist bent back and another elbow. Gray wants to see if that left arm of Miller's will bend in the opposite direction. Now, Miller using the trunks. We can see that. Camera's got a pretty angle on that. But Sandy Barr does not. He can't see it. Now he saw that. Break that up. To the delight of the fans. Now the crowd yelling, yeah, sure, go ahead. Break it, Jerry. One time. There it is. One more time. That felt so good to Jerry and the fans. Going to come down with the elbow now. Now Miller trying to go for the hair again. Sandy Barr caught that one. Jerry Gray with that arm bar locked into a figure 4, and Mike Miller again going for the trunks, backing Gray up into the ropes. Now, you know, Sandy Barr has to suspect what's going on, but unless he can see it. Oh, Miller missed with that one. There's an arm drag by Gray. Back into that kneeling arm bar. Jerry Gray working on creating a weak spot. And that weak spot is the left arm of Mike Miller. You hear the fans? Benevolency in motion. They're yelling, break it, break it. But it's being said with love. Jerry Gray, there's the old pump handle. Now twisting and grinding. And a shot right into the armpit. There's a snapmare. Kneeling arm bar again. Mike Miller not in the position that he enjoys. That's going to be a big match. Kendall Nagasaki, Billy Jack in a couple of weeks, February 2nd. Don't forget, next week, kids are free. So if you want a good buy on kids, this is the place to be. Kids have been free. We're accompanied by a paying adult. It's next Saturday night, right here at the Portland Sports Arena. Jerry Gray driving that elbow down on the left shoulder of Mike Miller. Miller again going for the hair, backing into the ropes. There goes Gray into the ropes. Oh, shoulder tackle by Jerry Gray. Crisscross. Here we go again. Oh, a half a leapfrog and a drop kick. There's arm drag. Jerry Gray. You talk about somebody built for speed. He's built for power and speed. Mike Miller kicking around down there like a frog right now. That was kind of a half leapfrog by Jerry Gray, but he got the job done as he followed that up with a drop kick. He kicked and Mike Miller dropped. Oh, the fans love that. This is like Super Bowl every Saturday night. There's another forearm smash across the back of the neck by Miller. There's one across the back. Here comes Miller working on Gray into the turnbuckle. Yes. Oh, you don't think that isn't smart? That turnbuckle is not your friend. I can guarantee you that. Stomping on the head again by Miller. Miller now in command. The aggressor into the ropes goes Gray. Oh, man. Miller just drove that left knee right into the midsection of Jerry Gray. Gray in a whole lot of pain right now. There's another forearm smash. There's Jerry Gray got one in. Now both men just going at each other. Lefts and rights. There's a hard right by Jerry Gray. One more. That turned him around. Now Gray with an arm whip into the ropes. Drop kick. Miller tried to hang on to the ropes, but he caught that drop kick right on the chops. Oh, a double knee lift and a smash in the back of the head. That'll slow you down. Oh, that'll bring your train to a rapid halt. Here goes an arm whip into the ropes. Back body drop. Here comes Jerry Gray coming down on the forehead of Mike Miller. 1, 2. Woohoo. That was close. There's an elbow on the top of the head, again by Gray. Here comes an arm whip coming right at you. Into the ropes. Oh, that time Miller did hang on to the ropes. And Jerry Gray with that drop kick. He drop kicked the air. Landed on his head on the mat. Now Mike Miller stomping on Gray's head, bringing down that forearm again. Gray trying to fight back. Not much steam behind that one. He just caught that right hand outside the ear. There comes another one delivered by Miller. Oh, Gray went against the ropes, used the ropes as a springboard for that right hand. There's another one into the midsection. I don't know if that was a fist or if that was possibly a thumb or a finger going into the throat. Oh, he tried to catch Gray, and Gray nailed him. Oh, again, Mike Miller hanging on to those ropes. That is the sign of a true veteran, my friend. Mike Miller hanging on to those ropes, and Gray has nowhere to go but down. Now, neck breaker. Oh, this could be it. Mike Miller going for the pin. 1, 2. He's got it. That's it. Mike Miller, just like that. A neck breaker. Miller victorious over Jerry Gray in our first match tonight. Just when it looked like Jerry might have things going, Mike Miller turns it around and the neck breaker does the job. We're going to have action like that all over the Northwest starting. Mr. Ebony, the Black Terror, got himself a new terror attire. Look at that, a new robe. Looks like he's got himself a new hood. But probably he's got the same old tactics. He's talking to Grandma over there. Here's Don Owen to make the announcement of our second match tonight. Go ahead, Don.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event this evening will be one fall. Introducing in this corner, 240 pounds, the Black Terror. His opponent in this corner, 250 pounds from Texas, the Northwest heavyweight champion, Bobby Jaggers.
Don Owens, the people of Portland, Oregon Northwest, I got a few things to say. Mr. Owens, as he knows, the new belt is on the way. Number one, I want to say one thing. I do not believe that Don Owens should dig in his pocket and pay for the belt. I don't believe that Bob Geigel, the NWA, or the chairman of the board of the NWA should dig in his pocket and pay for the belt. And I don't think that I should pay for the belt. There's only one person that was responsible for that belt, and that's Mike Miller. And I want to make one more statement. By next Saturday night, Mike Miller, I want Don Owens paid in full for that belt. Either you pay him the money, brother, or you give me your rear end.
Okay, Bobby Jaggers. Some words for Mike Miller. Look at that outfit that Mr. Ebony's got. That's looking sharp. But he's still got that sash hanging from his hood, hanging from his waist. I don't know why they allow him to wear that like that. But he's looking pretty dapper. He's got the stars on his hood. Got stars going down the side of his pants or tights. And Bobby Jaggers, on the other hand, dressed in his usual style, black trunks and boots. That's it. Just keeping it simple. But I'll tell you, there's a man that can really get the job done. There's a man, by the way, Bobby Jaggers. What a job he did last weekend with our benefit at Jubit's. Boy, I tell you, those folks loved it. Bobby Jaggers and Mr. Ebony. The crowd loves to get on Mr. Ebony, and he lets them get to him, too. You see? They're yelling at him over that side. He's yelling back, pointing. Well, into the corner. Jaggers comes back with a hard right hand. Oh, they're going to... Oh, they're going to box a little bit there. Well, of course, what a feud that is going on between Bobby Jaggers and Mike Miller. And if you took a poll here in the sports arena, I'm sure you get a 100% agreement in what Bobby Jaggers is saying. And Mike Miller certainly is responsible for the destruction of the belt, and he should be responsible for paying for the belt. But apparently they've got a new one on the way. Bobby Jaggers, the Northwest champion, and he has not had a belt to wear. Mike Miller destroyed the thing about 6 weeks ago. Ebony trying to destroy Jaggers now, and Ebony's going to go outside. Now, wait a minute, I'll just think this over. Didn't like the way that Texan was looking at me. Oh, look. Mr. Ebony and Grandma over there on that other side. Can I get a shot of Grandma? There she is. Oh, she was just giving him what for there. She is something else. She had a birthday last week. Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. There's a pop right in the mouth. He did that for Grandma, I think. That's what he was saying. That's for her. This is for me. That's for the fans. On top of it, I think he's seeing those stars that are on his hood now. Takedown by Bobby Jaggers on Mr. Ebony. Oh, Graham over there. She's really... I forgot how old they said she was last week. 89? 88? It was 39. Sandy Barr keeping a close eye on the action. Bobby Jaggers with his weight on Mr. Ebony. Our main event is next. Tommy Prichard against the Cuban Assassin. My goodness, that looks like Linda back there. Next week, she's going to be Linda Engstrom. Yeah, because she's marrying Walt. No, that wasn't... I don't think that was Walt that was waving. Congratulations, Linda. I understand our director, Larry Neat, is going to be driving the... whatever they're going to be driving. To the bachelorette party. There's a thumb in the throat by Mr. Ebony. Everybody in the arena saw that except Sandy Barr. Now Ebony going to do some choking. This is one of his favorite moves. He loves to choke. And boy, that rope can do the job. Now he's going to choke. He's using the sash now. You can see he's using the sash on that other side. I'll tell you, I don't know why the... Bobby Jaggers, he's got to really be hurting. He's been choked by the sash, by the rope. Hey, he still came back with the right hand. There's a left hand right in the midsection, and he just took a rake across the face. Forearm smash across the back. Uh-oh, going outside? Yeah, outside. He landed on his feet, well, then on his back. Bobby Jaggers going to need some rest out there. Mr. Ebony pretty proud of what he just did. Oh, there's a hard stomp. Boy, he really jarred his head with that one. hard stomp right on the head. There's another one. Ebony just won't give Jaggers a chance to recover out there. Sandy Barr trying to get him back in the ring. Here comes Jaggers being met by Ebony. He's trying to take his head off now. There's a forearm smash across the chest. Jaggers has draped over that top rope. Here comes Ebony again on the attack. Going to use that top rope. Yeah, the slingshot. Oh, man, that can do some damage. Boy, can that do some damage. I think Jaggers has definitely been damaged. He's down there on the concrete. Look at Ebony crawling right between Sandy Barr's legs just to get at Jaggers and looks like he might be using the sash again to choke. He is. Oh, that's a flick. I think Sandy Barr caught that one. Yeah, he caught Ebony too. I thought he might disqualify him for that. I think that was pretty obvious use of the sash on that one. It was a slap. Ebony with Jaggers in the corner. The thumb again, the thumb. You see how he showed the crowd the thumb. And jammed it into the throat of Bobby Jaggers, but Sandy Barr couldn't see it. Now he's going to choke some more. Now he'll break on the count of 4. Because if he lets it go to 5, he's disqualified. Things have definitely not been going Bobby Jaggers' way. There goes Ebony again between the legs of Sandy Barr. That time, Bobby Jaggers nailed Ebony. There's another one. Right in the breadbasket. Oh, right on top of the head. Right on those stars. And he's seeing them now. There's one in the chops. There's another hard shot right in the face. He's got Ebony against the ropes. Now into the ropes. Coming off. Oh, yeah. Big elbow. Now the crowd. Finish him off, Bobby. Here comes Bobby. Big elbow. Ebony. I don't know if Ebony's with us right now. He is definitely getting his clock cleaned. 1, 2, and just in the nick of time, powers out of that. There's another shot that turns Ebony around. Oh, I don't think Ebony even knows where he is. There's a windup and the pitch right in the mouth. Ebony trying to come back with the elbows. Here comes an arm whip into the turnbuckle. Oh, Ebony caught that and then got right in his neck. There's another forearm smash delivered by Jaggers. Jaggers on the move. There's an arm whip into the turnbuckle. Oh, Jaggers just took a hard shot right in the stomach. 1, 2. Oh, he took a 3 count, and Ebony had his foot on the bottom rope, using his foot as for leverage. Oh, look at Jaggers. He's going nuts now. Jaggers really unloading on Ebony. There's more jabs. He took a rake across the face. Ebony with Jaggers in the corner. Jaggers is... Here comes an arm whip into the turnbuckle. Yeah. Here comes another pin. Jaggers using the ropes for leverage. Now, which one's going to count? Which one is going to count? That's the one. All right. Bobby Jaggers is the one. Here comes Mike Miller. Mike Miller coming up to the rope. Mike Miller in the ring now. I don't know. He's obviously protesting what Jaggers did, but
Jaggers, you ain't beating nobody, boy. I saw your feet right up on that ropes. What the hell's wrong with you? You're not crazy, huh?
Well, Ebony did it first. No, we got a free-for-all going in there with Jaggers and Miller, and here comes Ebony. Sandy trying to break those thing up. Oh, Jaggers going out for a chair. He's got a folding chair, and there go Ebony and Miller. They know what, because they know that he didn't bring that chair in to sit down on. Jaggers saying, come back in the ring. I want you in here, right here. Well, this chair is not for your seat. It is for your head. Oh, mercy. You see, Ebony and Miller just shot out of that ring. Now, X marks the spot. Jaggers marking the spot on the chair where he wants Miller's head. Bobby Jaggers, after all this confusion. Boy, it looked like Sandy Barr and Mr. Ebony going at it over here. Sandy just nailed Ebony right in the head with his foot. This is really gets wild. Ebony and Miller still out there. Bobby Jaggers has been declared winner of the match. So that part of it is over. It's the extracurricular activity that we're concerned with now. And it looks like that is all breaking up. We'll be back with an interview and our main event right after this. And here he is.
Something. Mike Miller, this is not a threat. This is not somebody that I can win the Northwest Tag Team Champions with. But I'll tell you what it is, Mike Miller. It's a little bit of insurance. So the next time you want to bring another friend and join the ring with me, I'll bring my friend. And then we'll have us a little oh down. Now, Mr. Ebony, Mike Miller, to me, you're past history. But Mike Miller, you owe somebody a lot of money. You either owe it to Don Owens, or you owe it to Bob Geigel and the National Wrestling Alliance, but I prefer to think you owe it to me. And you know something, Mike Miller? I'm very easy. I'm a little bit like Tom Peterson. I got easy credit. But I'll tell you something right now, Mike Miller. No interest. You just have your can here next Saturday night, and either you have the money for the belt, or that whole ugly body of yours is all mine to do what I want to do with. All right. And you know something, Mike Miller? There was a gentleman sitting in the third row over here that said at one time you had a broken ankle. Well, you know something, Mike Miller? I would love nothing better than to see you laying around somewhere with 2 broken ankles. Or better yet, Don Koss, I'd like to see Mike Miller laying around with a bunch of pieces of the Northwest Heavyweight Championship belt stuck so far down his throat that he can't breathe and he can't eat. And remember, Mike Miller, I am not the kind of man that's going to get up here and tell you I'm going to do something if I'm not going to do it. Remember one thing, Mike Miller, I'm like money, brother. You can take me to the bank. And your due date, brother, is next Saturday night, right here in the Portland Sports Arena. Mike Miller's loan to the Pacific Northwest Wrestling fans comes due Saturday night, right here.
It's dues paying time next Saturday night with Bobby Jaggers. Thank you, Bobby. We'll be back with more right after this. There you can see part of the crowd tonight. This place, we say, is jam-packed. Look at those placards out there. There's one that says Tommy Prichard is number 1. Another one says, "Hi, Mom and Dad." Well, they're number 1, too. All kinds of signs, all kinds of banners, and all kinds of whatever you want to call that. That's the Cuban Assassin getting into the ring. Crowd now chanting USA, USA, and that gets his ire right away. And we await the arrival of one Tommy Prichard. It's going to be Tommy Prichard, Houston, Texas, USA, against the Cuban Assassin, Havana, Cuba. Look at it. He just paces in there like a Cuban panther or something. Now the crowd, you can tell by the crowd reaction. Here comes Tommy. Tommy coming through the crowd. Look at that guy. That Cuban Assassin is just, he's definitely a strange study. There's Tommy. Boy, what a job he did last weekend, too, for us, for United Cerebral Palsy. We certainly want to thank him. Now, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Tommy Prichard, with his martial arts, against the Cuban Assassin in his mouth. We have yet to see the Cuban Assassin lose a match. Here come Sandy Barr, and here's Don Owens to make the announcement of our main event tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next event will be the best 2 out of 3 falls or to a TV time limit. Introducing in this corner, 238 pounds, the Cuban. His opponent in this corner, 222 pounds, from Houston, Texas, Tommy Prichard.
Well, guess what? Which one the crowd is for? Tommy Prichard, the Cuban Assassin. Sandy Barr going over that. I don't know. That is quite a different outfit the Cuban Assassin wears. Khaki tights, I guess what you call that. Oh, look at that. That's the way he starts about every match. Before the bell is even rung, he's trying to ring bells. And he is on Tommy Prichard. A hard forearm smash across the chest. Here comes an arm whip into the turnbuckle. Oh, hit that hard. Down goes Tommy. Cuban Assassin working. There's a hard elbow right on top of the head. Tommy Prichard coming back. The martial arts kick. There's a jab. There's a shot. Oh, yeah, he's rocking and rolling now into the... Oh, look at that. Back body drop. Oh, beautiful. Here comes a body slam. Tommy Prichard. Oh, the entire city of Houston, Texas, unloading on the Cuban Assassin right now. There we go. Here, meet the turnbuckle. Oh, yeah. Yes, Mr. Turnbuckle. Want to meet him again? Yeah, he's a nice guy. There you go. Right in the forehead. Oh, yeah, that kind of takes the starch out of you. Into the ring and ropes and an elbow. We may have our first fall right here. Tommy Prichard in control, in command of the Cuban Assassin, who started out before the bell even rang. And now he's suffering the consequences. Crowd chanting, yelling, USA, USA. And the Cuban Assassin just got to sit there and listen. Oh, there's a good move by the Cuban Assassin. A hammerlock, a reversal hammerlock by Tommy Prichard. Look at that Tommy Prichard. Man, what a wrestler he is. He's fast. He is powerful. And he's former one half of the Northwest Tag Team Champions. If you haven't heard, last Saturday night, the Indians, Billy Two Eagles and Don Running Bear, became the Northwest Tag Team Champions. Oh, those belts look good on those two guys. Tommy Prichard with that hammerlock on the Cuban Assassin. You know, if you've got a club or a church or group, organization, we've been talking about charities recently, that you want to raise money for, you can do that by booking professional wrestling into your area. To raise money for a charitable cause, there it is right there, Barry Owen. You can call Barry, area code 503-484-0840, and Barry will tell you exactly how you can go about booking professional wrestling into your area to raise money for a charitable cause. While we're on the subject of charity, that doesn't look too charitable out there, does it, what Tommy's doing to the Cuban Assassin? January 26th and 27th is going to be the scene of the Shrine Hospital Bowling Benefit. This is really your Super Bowl, where you can use your legs to bowl and help a crippled child to walk. It's going to be at Timber Lanes next Saturday, 26th, and next Sunday, the 27th. Public is invited. Bring your friends, join the fun, and help some kids all at the same time. That's what I consider a real Super Bowl, the Shrine Hospital Bowling Benefit. Look at the Cuban Assassin. He's reeling from those shots from Tommy Prichard. Now he's coming back with some of his own. Tommy Prichard. Both men really rocking right now. That's a thumb right into the throat. Cuban Assassin using the thumb. Now he's trying to tell Sandy Barr to use the palm of his hand. That was a thumb going right into the throat of Tommy Prichard. Tommy is down. He's hurting. Now the Cuban brings down the elbow on top of the head. There's a thumb again. He's got some of the longest thumbs I've ever seen. Look at his thumbs. They're as long as fingers. Oh, when that goes into your throat, you're going to feel that. Now he's going for a pile driver on Tommy. There it is. Pile driver. Oh. The Cuban Assassin with a pile driver on Tommy Prichard, going for the pin. No, he can't. Tommy's got his legs, his arms outside the ring. Tommy, you know, has really got to be in tremendous pain right now. He took a pile driver. Now he just took a rake down the back. Oh, Tommy is definitely in a bad way. He's really in a bad way. Backing up against the turnbuckle. Oh, a mule kick by Tommy. A martial arts move. Tommy Prichard coming back from that pile driver. There's a rake down the Cuban's back. Yeah, USA style. This is the match that Tommy Prichard asked for last Saturday night. Remember? The USA against Cuba. And Tommy Prichard really going to look at him. Oh, down he goes. Tommy Prichard romping and stomping. I think that landed on his chin. It's hard to tell, though, that beard. Now the Cuban looked again like fingers or thumb going right into the midsection of Tommy. Cuban Assassin trying to recover. Tommy Prichard in a lot of pain. That wasn't just a fist going. He didn't used to use his fist. He used the thumb again or the fingers. Even if he did use the thumb, still hard to tell. Oh. Tommy in a bad way now. 1-2, and he kicks out. Tommy Prichard kicks out. Oh, you should be here to just feel this crowd. They're shouting USA. They've heard what the Assassin's been saying the past couple of weeks. Tommy Prichard finally had enough of it last Saturday night. Challenged the Assassin, the Cuban, for this match tonight, where he said it would be America against Cuba. There's an elbow around top of the head. Tommy paid for it, but at least he got out of that jam with an elbow right on top of the Cuban's head. Oh, and he just took a shot from the Cuban. This Cuban, I'll tell you, Cuban is tough. He's definitely tough, and he knows all the tricks. There's a mule kick by Tommy Prichard. There's a drop. That's got a drop mule kick by Tommy. Look at him. That Texas temper. He's grabbing the Assassin by the hair. There's one on top of the forehead. Here comes an arm whip into the turnbuckle. Wham. Oh, Tommy Prichard just was clotheslined by the Cuban Assassin, and that's it. I tell you, that guy is tough. Cuban Assassin has taken the first fall of our main event over Tommy Prichard. And we'll be back with the second fall after this timeout.
And 99203. You get 2 record albums, 2 cassettes, or 2 8-track.
Oh, mean Mike Miller.
Don Cush, looked like Tommy Prichard's had his hands full out here a minute ago. Prichard, don't you know you mess with the Cuban Assassin? This man will kill you, boy. You go in there trying to wrestle him, you better go in there to fight. Just like you, Bobby Jaggers. Hey, I don't care, Don Cush. We're in Finley this week, baby. I'm going to be in Finley. Mr. Ebony's going to be in Finley. Kendo Nagasaki, the great karate expert, he's going to be down there. Wiskowski. Then we're going to travel over to Yakima at the Army right there. I'm going to be at the Army. I'm always there. Every time I cross that Tri-City area, I always stop off in there. Then we go down to Roseburg, Oregon. You ever been to Roseburg, Oregon? It's way down south. Going down there. I'm down there in the match, Mr. Ebony. Then we got to go back-to-back to Medford, Oregon again. We were down there this week. We're coming back-to-back again. Looks like Bobby Jaggers, he don't get enough of me. Looks like I don't get enough of him neither. We got the Indians down there. 2 Rivers and Running Bear. We got a big 6-man tag in Medford, Oregon. Me, Mr. Ebony, and you just got through looking at him, the Cuban Assassin. We'll be down there in a 6-man tag. Tommy Prichard, if you can survive this one, you got Kendo Nagasaki in Medford, Oregon. Then we'll go down to Salem, Oregon. And look out Salem, because I'm coming at you again. I've been down there every week. I ain't missed one. I'm ready. Salem, Oregon, Eugene, Oregon. We'll be back in Eugene again, and then back here again. Bobby Jaggers, I want you so bad. You come back here next week, baby. I'm going to show you I'm good enough for that belt. I'm going to show you I can take it right off your way.
Okay, Mike Miller. We'll be back with more right after this. Shows that Sandy Barr is going to be waiting for him in Salem. I wonder if he knows that. I suppose you'll find out. Cuban Assassin in the ring. We await Tommy Prichard. Cuban Assassin took the first fall just moments ago. This is our main event, best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. Well, I haven't seen the Cuban lose a match or a fall yet. Tommy Prichard going right to work. Side headlock on the Cuban. Cuban again going for the hair. The guy would have made... there, he just came down on nothing. Here comes a body slam by Tommy Prichard. Here comes another one. 2 in a row. Tommy Prichard moving in. Takedown on the Cuban Assassin. The Cuban Assassin would have made a perfect member of the former clan, wouldn't he? He fights their kind of fight, their kind of style, which is ugly. That's the kind of a guy he is. Now, when you get in that ring with him, you've got to expect that. And I know that Tommy does, but sometimes things... Tommy took a pretty good beating that first fall, and he just wasn't quite ready. After that pile driver, he still came back, even after that pile driver. But that'll take a lot out of you. Finally, the Cuban Assassin got that first fall from Tommy Prichard. Look at him. See, he's using the trunks. Sandy Barr can't see it. That Cuban has, he's been around. He's been in a lot of ring wars. He goes again for the trunks, but it's out of sight of Sandy Barr. Sandy can't see that. The guy's really good at concealing these things. As he's just putting his fingers there on the trunks of Tommy Prichard. Tommy just hanging on to that side headlock as both men get to their feet. Again, the Assassin, Cuban rather, this time going for the hair. There's a shot into the ropes coming up. He misses. Here comes Tommy. Oh, baby. A truck hit him. A drop kick. Another drop kick. Yes, sir. Into the turnbuckle. Down he goes. This may be pin time if Tommy moves in. Tommy Prichard, he's unloading now on the Cuban. There's another pop on top of the forehead. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes. Coming off the ropes. Drop kick. Yes, sir. Right on the Cuban chops. Going for the pin. 1, 2, and the Cuban kicks out. And you know he had to be feeling all those. He's got to be hurting a little bit. 1, 2, and just rolls his shoulders off the mat. Tommy Prichard fighting with the spirit of the entire crowd here tonight. Fighting with the spirit of America in that ring right now. As far as Tommy is concerned, it's the USA against Cuba. That was the match he asked for last Saturday night. And the Cuban Assassin came up here in the crow's nest and was not very complimentary against the American people of the Northwest. But I would imagine he accepts our money, doesn't he? Tommy Prichard with that side headlock on the Cuban. Sandy Barr keeping a watchful eye. The crowd really getting behind Tommy. Trying to provide that extra fan power that sometimes is so important in matches like this. Don't forget, next Saturday night, kids free when accompanied by a paid adult. Right after this fall, we're going to show that special tape that Billy Jack set up here regarding that match that he wants with Kendo Nagasaki, and it looks like that's going to happen on Saturday, February 2nd, right here at the Portland Sports Arena. You might want to mark that one down. Get that on your calendar. Make your plans. Now the Cuban Assassin powering out. And using the hair. There he goes. When he runs out of power, he'll resort to something like that. Just using the hair. Now he's going to bring that Havana boot down the forehead of Tommy. Cuban Assassin now, the aggressor. Tommy Prichard trying to fight to his feet. The Cuban, there he goes for the trunks. Sandy couldn't see that. The crowd over here on this other side telling Sandy, yeah, he grabbed the trunks. Tommy trying to worm and squirm his way out of that grasp. Can't do it. Tommy Prichard, oh, he would love to grab some of that hair. Cuban Assassin has got enough hair on his head and on his face to carpet this arena in here. I guess that'd be a mohair carpet, wouldn't it? He's got more hair than anybody. Sandy Barr trying to keep as close an eye on this action as he possibly can. But it's impossible to see everything, especially when the Cuban reaches back and grabs the trunks or grabs back of the hair. A lot of very interesting signs, banners here tonight. If you have a chance, bring the whole family out to the Portland Sports Arena. Some of the most exciting action is, or possibly the most exciting sights are not always in the ring. Some of these banners here are worth coming out here just to see. The body slam by the Cuban. Now the Cuban looks like he's going to go upstairs. 1, 2, third. Yeah, he's on the top rope, and he's going to have a little help down. Yes, sir. Tommy Prichard helping the Cuban Assassin down from the top rope. Now, I think he missed his head and landed on his hair. Oh, Tommy came down right on the mat. Cuban just rolled out of the way. Tommy needs to even this up. Oh, the Cuban going for a wheel. Oh, going for a Boston Crab on Tommy. That could be a submission hold right now, but I doubt very much that Tommy Prichard is going to be giving up. Because if he loses this fall, this baby's all over. And the Cuban will have won the main. Oh, look at that! Tommy sprang him off of there, and he landed neck first on the second rope. Now Tommy Prichard unloading on the Cuban Assassin. Cuban coming right back. There's a shot in the midsection. It comes a reversal whip into the ropes. And, oh, a mule kick delivered by Tommy Prichard. That's lights out for the Cuban. 1, 2. He's got him. Yes, sir. What a mule kick that was. Oh, that was almost a drop kick, but he turned it into a mule kick, and he caught the Cuban right on his beard. And down and out he went. This is all even at 1 fall apiece. We'll be back with the third and deciding fall after this. Well, we're going to show that tape after this commercial. Here we go. Interpreted to him. There'll be no doubt what Billy has in mind. And it looks like that may be taking place, will take place, on Saturday, February the 2nd. Billy Jack. That was taped in Texas. But Billy is definitely ready. After the beating that he took from Kendo Nagasaki with a kendo stick, he took a beating from Oliver. It was all, in fact, that was all part of that same match. If you were watching, you know exactly what happened. You saw it. If you were here, well, you really saw it, because there was action that went on outside the ring that you didn't see on television. So, Billy is loaded for bear. He's ready. So is Tommy Prichard. Wow. Tommy Prichard and the Cuban. Cuban can't get a hold of Tommy. Look at the Cuban's nose is bleeding. Yeah, the Cuban's nose is bleeding. He lost that second fall. Well, Tommy must have had a nose lock on him or something. Tommy's got some blood on him, but I think that's from the Cuban. Side headlock applied by the Cuban Assassin on Tommy Prichard. Cuban is tough. He's physically strong, and he's so cagey, so sly. Tommy Prichard trying to power out of that side headlock. Powering out. Look at that. I don't think the Cuban's going to be able to hold him. Tommy Prichard powering out at the Cuban. I don't think is going to have any place to have the Cuban coming back. Yeah, this is kind of like an arm wrestling match. It looks like the Cuban may have the leverage now on Tommy. Here comes Tommy. Look at that. That is sheer brute strength. The Cuban trying to power back. Tommy trying to keep the advantage. Now look at the Cuban now coming back. Well, keeps going one way and now the other. Somebody is going to end up on the mat. Tommy Prichard trying desperately to power his way back. Look at that. Look at that. You can see the strength in Tommy's back, in his arms. Powering out of there. Look at that. Look at that. The Cuban is shaking. He's down. Oh. Well, the USA won that test of strength. Tommy Prichard in control over the Cuban assassin. Sandy Barr on all fours, keeping an eye on the action. Oh, you could feel the electricity here. You could absolutely feel it. The people, the crowd here, they were felt like everybody was in that ring trying to help Tommy with that strength match. In fact, that tired me out just watching that. It was good to see Billy Jack back on the on tape, even if it was on tape. This is a pretty good picture we got of Billy too. That's from he won the award last year for the most improved wrestler of the year from the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. Here we go again now. There's another one. Same hold. Same situation now. Both men on their feet. Cuban powering down. Tommy Prichard trying to prevent that, but now he's got Tommy bent. He's got Tommy bent backwards. I don't think Tommy's going to be getting out of this one. No, there goes Tommy. Head first down. Look at Tommy Prichard. Oh, mercy. That takes a whole lot of work out in the gym, my friend, to be able to do the things that Tommy's doing right there. He just bridged himself and powered back. Now, this has been the story of of our second fall here. It's just been a test of strength. There we go, into the turnbuckle. Oh, the Cuban, he didn't go into the turnbuckle. He went into that iron post. He caught his shoulder in there. Yeah, he's gonna be stunned for a while. Fireman carry by Tommy Prichard to kneeling arm bar. Tommy's got that locked into a figure four on the Cuban. Oh, the Cuban shoulder has got to be smarting right now. He caught that iron post with the shoulder. Went right between the ropes. Oh, he brought the knee up. The Cuban brought his knee up, caught Tommy. There's a forearm smash across the back of the neck. Cuban assassin is hurting. You can see that. He's bleeding from the nose. There's a knee right into the side of the face. There was going outside. Yeah, oh my word. Tommy went outside, landed on the concrete. It's hard to tell how close he came to that first row. Cuban assassin using this time to recover a little bit. Here comes Tommy, trying to crawl back into the ring. He just took a hard fall outside the rope. Outside the ring, there's a headbutt by the Cuban. Tommy went back outside. I think the Cuban hurt his own head. He did. He's just kneeling over here in the corner. The Cuban hurt his own head. Now, the clock is going to become a factor here. We've got about 6 minutes left in our main event. We're all even at one fall apiece. Cuban assassin going to suplex Tommy back in. There it is. Now he's going for the pin. 1, 2, and Tommy kicks out. Looks like Tommy's got a bandage on his left ear from an injury sustained earlier this week, obviously. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes, coming off the ropes. No, he just clotheslined Tommy Prichard. Just clotheslined him. Tommy laying out there. Is that going to be a pin? 1, 2, no, sir. Tommy kicks out. Tommy Prichard kicking out. I'll tell you, that Cuban assassin knows he's in there with a tiger right now, an American tiger. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes, coming off those ropes. Cuban misses, and Tommy doesn't. Tommy came off those ropes, nailed the Cuban. He's going to use the ropes, going to come off him again, and the Cuban moves out of the way, and Tommy lands face first on the mat. Tommy, you should have nailed him when you had him. Both men getting to their feet at the same time. There's a flying shoulder tackle by Tommy Prichard. Caught the Cuban right in the midsection. Tommy Prichard unloading a right hand. Another right hand. That turned the Cuban around. Cuban just caught Tommy. He's going to... right on the top of the rope. That could be a disqualification. I've seen a disqualification on that. But they're still going. There's a right hand by Tommy. An uppercut by Tommy. The Cuban backing off now. Asking for a little mercy. No mercy from Tommy Prichard. Tommy going to town. Side headlock. There's an overcut him right in the ear. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes. Coming off the ropes. Back body drop. Yes, sir. Tommy Prichard. Arm drag. Tommy Prichard arm bar. Kneeling arm bar on the Cuban, and Cuban nailed Tommy right in the face. Tommy Prichard right back. Now Tommy going into the ropes. Shoulder tackle coming off. Going to use the other side. Oh, no. The Cuban was waiting for him, and he just... Tommy Prichard landed outside on the concrete. The Cuban's out there with him. Tommy's hurt. He's hurting. He hit that concrete hard. Into that metal post. Tommy was able to get his left hand up, but I don't think he was able to block much. He still caught his head. He caught his head right on that metal post. Now the Cuban's back in the ring after that damage. Tommy lying motionless out there on the concrete. He caught the side of his head right on that iron post. Meanwhile, Sandy Barr counting. Here comes the Cuban again. And that'll break the count. Tommy is bleeding from his forehead. Another shot. Right. Tommy caught that right on top of the head going into that iron post. As far as I'm concerned, that should be a disqualification. The Cuban assassin pretty proud of what he's doing there. To the man from Houston. Tommy Prichard, really, he's really in a bad way now. Bleeding from the top of the head, bleeding from the forehead. Here comes the Cuban. Nailed him again. He won't even let him back in the ring. He won't even let him come back in the ring. Meanwhile, time is really a factor. Time is going to be running out. Sandy Barr is still counting. He's counting. Tommy Prichard only has 20. The count of 20 to get back in the ring. Here comes the Cuban again. Now, every time he does that, of course, that breaks the count, but it also breaks Tommy's head. Here comes Tommy with a shoulder right in the breadbasket. That put the Cuban down right on his Havana. There's a kick. Tommy Prichard bleeding, but he's going to town. He's going to work. There's a mule kick, and the Cuban is outside. So is Tommy. He doesn't. Yeah, here we go. I thought he was going to shove him into the post, but he just wants him back in the ring. Right hand. Another one. Here comes an arm whip into the ropes. Coming off. Oh, baby. He nailed the Cuban with that elbow coming off those ropes. Tommy staying right on him. Just pounding away. Throwing him back in the ring. The Cuban, he just wants... Where's Havana from here? He's heading back to the dressing room. The Cuban is going back. He's going back to the dressing room. Through the crowd. The crowd shouting at him. USA, USA. Yeah, he's going right back to the dressing room. He is. I can see it from here. He's opened the door. There he's back. Sandy, you might as well just go ahead and... As I said, he's got to 20. Tommy Prichard is the winner. Tommy Prichard has won our main event. The USA has been victorious over Cuba thanks to Tommy Prichard. We'll be back right after this. USA just beat Cuba thanks to Tommy Prichard.
Don Cos, I want to say something. I didn't beat anybody, but I saw somebody run out on me tonight, and it was a Cuban with long hair and a beard. I tell you what, I'm going to say this to you. If you got any guts, you're here in the USA. I want you one more time. You may have split my head open, but for every drop of blood I spilled tonight, you're going to get it double in return. I guarantee it. Give me a chance to beat you one more time, Cuban, next Saturday night. If you got it, you tell Don Owens to put your name across mine on a contract, and we'll settle this one more time here in Portland, Oregon.
Okay, Tommy. Tommy Prichard. It may be Tommy Prichard and the Cuban Assassin.